Hello, everybody. This is the Desert Cardinal here. My name is Paul West, and you've stumbled across my channel. The primary purpose of my channel is twofold. One is to chronicle my journey through mental illness, and number two is to hopefully be of encouragement to those who are suffering from mental health or mental illness issues. And also, if you have a family member that's struggling, hopefully you can learn some things on how to best help your loved ones. And so, with that, had a pretty good 24 hours. Got out of the house last night, and that was great. And my kids have a band, and they had a gig at a local bar here in town. And so I went, and without going into detail, my PTSD got triggered. And there was like a small moment where I could have said something and have my wife take me home, or just stick it out and use my coping skills. So there's a friend there with us, and she knows about mental illness as well. And so I talked to her, did some deep breathing, walked outside for a little bit, came back in, and focused on my kids playing and the band that was playing after them. And I was able to deal with it, and it was okay. And it was a huge victory for me, because normally in situations like that I would just get up and leave and say, hey, tell my wife, hey, you know what, we got to go. I can't handle this. And I didn't have to do that. And come towards the end of June, I'm gonna really have to be into a routine of getting out and doing more, because my wife and my oldest son will be taking a trip to Germany. My mother-in-law's 80th birthday is at the end of June, and my wife wanted to be there, and she thought it would be cool if she could take one of the kids with her. And so she's going to do that. And so I'm going to have to be really on my ball. Whoa, that sounded weird. Whoa, hello, back up here. I'm going to really have to be on the ball. Because my youngest son will be here with me, and will, I don't want him trapped here all day, so I'm going to have to take him out and do things. So it's good. It's if I start now and start going out, okay, last night I went to this thing. There's a thing Thursday night with some friends, and having dinner with them. I can go to that, and then Sunday go to church, and just get in the routine, get in the habit. And then every once in a while say, hey, I want to drive. Like Friday, I'm going to have to drive to my doctor's office and to get a blood test, and then go pick up my wife. So it'll be a busy day, and driving is really difficult for me with anxiety and then the hallucinations. It's a gamble, kind of, almost. But if I stay relaxed and I stay stress-free, then usually the symptoms aren't as persistent, and they're not as defined. And The key is, though, to remain stress-free. And really, the lessons I've learned just in the last 24 hours all revolve around the same thing. And that's basically staying in the moment and being present in the moment and not worried about tomorrow and regretting yesterday or whatever, but staying here, present, right here, right now, because this is all that we really have, is right now. And trying to live that way helps with our symptoms with the mental illness, because that's one thing that the symptoms kind of chip away and rob us from, is being in the moment and being able to express ourselves in that moment the way we need to, and tearing off the masks, the things that try to make us into something we're not, and just being in the moment, being present. Like last night, the other lesson I learned, whatever you want to call it, our hot water heater is broken and it's just leaking like crazy, and we're having to keep towels on it, because the guy can't come out till Friday to fix it. And so we're trying real hard to minimize the damage from the leaks as much as possible. And so a good portion of it went in my youngest son's room. So we had to scramble and figure out, a place for him to sleep. And I got picked for that. And so he was in bed last night with me. And I woke up in the middle of the night and felt kind of weird. And I realized he had grabbed a hold of my right arm and was embracing it. And my initial reaction was to pull away and turn over and go back to sleep. And then before I did that, though, I thought, oh wow, this kid's 12 years old going on being 13, and here he is, embracing me. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to lay here and I'm going to get every moment of joy and love that I can get from this moment, because pretty soon that moment won't happen again. And so I just laid there and kind of prayed for him under my breath, and just thought about him and thought about all the years with him, and how, bless his heart, he was just like holding on to my arm, almost, it seemed like, for dear life. And it was such a precious moment. And God, I'm so grateful that I had enough sense during the night to not pull away and go back to sleep, but to lay there and just think about him when he was a baby, and when he was a little guy, and to have this opportunity when he's 12 years old. It's kind of rare. And this kid, he's got a huge heart, and because his heart is so big, he gets hurt big too. And so but it was amazing. And again, that was like, being aware of the present moment. And when I first started making these videos, I would end with talking about the present moment, and I think we need to revisit that. Maybe that's something that I should do, like in every video, is end with with talking about the present moment, because you know you know treatment, medication, therapy, support systems, friends, family, loved ones, whatever. That's all great. That's all good. But ultimately, you know, we're responsible for our recovery. And, we're not responsible for having a mental illness. We're not responsible for even how we feel sometimes. Um, but we are responsible for our recovery. And one thing for me that I do to take responsibility is I try to remember that whole idea of the present moment, because what it does is it clears away everything. It clears away all the wreckage of the past and all the worries of the future, and where you can just focus in on right here, right now. Like for us, that are watching this, or you're seeing this, or for me right now as I record this, that we only have right now, right here, right now. That's all we have, and that's all we'll ever have. And if you're in the moment and then you end up doing the next right thing, and then after that you do the next right thing, well, you'll have a series of moments of doing the next right thing. And so, the progress that comes from living that way is huge. And with that, and then the form of meditation I use, between those two things, that keeps me pretty grounded, and if I have an appointment with my therapist, great. If I don't, that's fine too. If my social worker is coming, on Thursdays, and she comes or she can't, it's okay, because, those two things, living in the moment and doing the next right thing, are huge coping skills that I've learned that have helped me. And I hope you can learn them too. And if you want to discuss it more with me, my email is desertrainbow66@gmail.com. desertrainbow66@gmail.com. Or I'm on Facebook. My name is Paul West. You can friend me on Facebook and just send me a private message and say, hey, I saw your video and da-da-da-da. Or you can leave a comment at the bottom here of my video, and I'll get back to you. However, help or whatever I can do, I'm available. So anyway, I think I'll probably end it here, and wishing you guys a good rest of the day, and you'll be hearing from me soon. Take care. Bye-bye.